Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look
Dildos! Alright, here's the problem with politics. Do you listen to Dan Carlin's Common Sense?
Yeah, I listen to Common Sense.
And when's the last time he had one?
Oh, that's a good point. Well, and he's actually complained about the fact that all there is to do is complain about Trump. And it's like, there's nothing else to do now.
Yeah, nothing changes.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed. Like, he every time he has one, he's like, I just feel like there's not much left to say. That's how I feel now, too. There's just not that much left to say.
Yeah, that's a valid point, and that's why I do, like, grumble when people, like, say something about Trump. I'm like, we get it. Nobody likes him. Like, you're a part of the left. You don't like Trump.
I don't
like,
care anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I think part of it was, during the Bush years, I might have been the same way, like, complaining about Bush or, like, yeah, he is terrible, blah, blah, blah. And at this point, it's like, I was... You know, I've already been through it.
But even with Bush, I eventually got tired of it.
Exactly.
I think the real issue is we're both cynical at some point, so we're just like, there's nothing we can do about it. So what does, like, bitching about it really get us anyways?
My cynicism knows no bounds.
No matter what you do, nobody give a shit. So, that's the idea.
So, what else can we talk about that's not Trump-related?
Hold on. So, with this government shutdown, and I'm flying out on Monday, people are talking about, like, how early do I have to get to the airport? Because now it's like, TSA workers, like, do they get scabs or something? Are they not getting paid?
Yeah, they're not getting paid. But they will get paid for their work eventually. They just don't get paid.
Motherfuckers have bills, right? Like, how many people in the United States live paycheck to paycheck, and where you're just like, yeah, you might not get a paycheck for a while.
They're saying some are calling in sick and just going out and, like, driving Uber and shit to make money.
Not a bad idea if you have a rent to pay.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, you gotta do something if you don't have your job. But my point was, like, if they bring in scabs for TSA, like, I feel like TSA workers already, it's not like a complex job, right?
Yeah, exactly. You don't even need to graduate high school to do 90% of what they do.
Like, how much does the TSA worker actually
One
make?
guy's job is basically take your shoes off and put them in the box. Take off your belt, put it in the box.
You're right. There's one person's job that's like, if you have a laptop, put it in a separate bin. Like, that's their whole job.
Why can't he just have, like, little, broadcast or radio on the side and just...
Because it's mostly a jobs program. It's not really about security anyways.
Yeah, that's very true. I didn't realize, so even though I remember that during the Obama era there was a government shutdown, it just still seems, like, ridiculous that that's the thing that can actually happen.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't that seem outrageous that your government can just be like, oh, there's no budget, well, I guess we don't do anything then.
But how much do you notice? Like, honestly.
Not at all.
Other than maybe flying? Yeah.
Well, even people have said that they've flown, they said they don't notice, right? So, like, what is our government actually doing again if you don't notice when it's shut down?
Yeah. The only one that notices, the thing you notice, is the people that I don't believe should exist at all, the TSA.
Yeah. So that's the problem, right? It's so...
Right? They didn't exist until 2001. They were
the jobs that actually matter?
Just, like, 17 years ago.
Yeah. Exactly. The jobs that actually matter, they have things in place where if the government does a shutdown, those jobs don't get shut down. Guess what? Our mail still runs. Guess what? We can still get our tax returns. Guess what? You still get Medicaid benefits.
The stuff that matters still goes on. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's clearly like, what does it even matter that the government shut down? I think might be a prime example.
Where's my tax money going again?
Maybe we should be cutting jobs. Yeah, exactly. Maybe this is just proof in the pudding that we need to cut some government jobs. Chloe, does the Chinese government ever shut down?
No.
No, are you kidding? Who do they argue with? There's one guy in charge.
That would be very interesting to see. I can't wait to actually see.
Maybe if he has multiple personality disorder, it'll shut down. He's arguing with himself.
I would just think that's more called a revolution. Temporarily shut down due to being overthrown.
Normally doesn't happen.
So, one of the guys I work with was trying to argue, because one of his friends were eating some food with one of his friends, and they were talking about how China, he mentioned like China has a similar government because the friend was going to China, right? And we both looked at him like,
yeah,
I don't think the Chinese government is anything like the United States at all.
Nothing like
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go out right now to the White House. You scream at the top of your lungs, Donald Trump is a piece of fucking shit and he should die.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And you might get talked to, but other than that, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You do that at Xi Jinping's house, I'm betting there's going to be a bullet in your head in like 8 hours.
Exactly. Not a good plan in life.
So you know this Chinese social media called WeChat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody posted a kind of like Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody posted something about the President Xi and calling him like Buns or something.
Calling Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, something like that. You know, it's a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing offensive. Not even offensive.
Okay.
He got arrested and sent to prison.
So, are you talking about the new social media thing with people?
Oh, the credit assessment?
Yeah, how's that work?
Oh, yeah.
No idea.
I have no idea.
They've actually implemented it, though, right?
I think it's a pilot program right now.
Oh.
They have selected the area to
Yeah.
pilot this program, I think. And I don't think my hometown is one of them.
Mm.
And also, since I came to the United States way before the thing is going to happen, so it will be interesting to see.
I wonder if there's like a
I'm not sure
leaderboard.
if my parents were three of those.
There should be.
Yeah, social
You know what?
leaderboard.
I bet I know who's number one. Xi Jinping. What?
How would you let's say you set up this whole like social media-esque, like you are rated on your actions. So obviously we don't want the government setting that up, but how would you rate it? Like what sorts of things would get you points towards being, I guess, a good person is what it is, right?
Oh, sucking my dick would get you lots of points if I set up.
Sucking your dick. Instant, you're at the top. Dude.
Yeah, plus 50.
Plus 50.
I don't know the scale, but that should be a lot, I think.
I don't know the scale. I feel like you need to have like, it's almost like society. Like you'd actually have like, you're in this section, you're in that section, kind of like upper middle class, but of like social status of like how good of a person you are. And then within your sector, you're rated.
So this kind of works already. Like informally, every place in the world has this, right? You kind of know, like, that's the shitty section of town with shitty people. They basically are people with low social scores.
But isn't that more economic based rather than personality based of people, right? Like, there's plenty of nice people that live in shitty ass neighborhoods.
Yeah, but if you're going to, like, you will discriminate based on it, though, won't you? Like, you won't go to the economically bad ones.
You can't help but discriminate, like, just offhand, like, oh, this person has ragged clothes and stuff. Like, you might judge them immediately without even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean it's right. It's not correct. That actually could improve. Like, if they had a score, and I could see, like, oh, hey, this person actually is a really good person, even though they don't make a lot of money. Like, that's actually an example of how it could be better for society, right? You'd be less quick to judge poor people.
Well, Yeah, but also it's like the way currently implemented it's not good.
Well, yeah, that's because the government's
we're really
implementing
arguing
it.
pro-Xi. We really like totalitarian
What for it?
control.
I want more communism. I want more socialism.
So there's one person that owes that.
No, but really, there's nothing wrong with totalitarianism, like single rule, as long as I'm the one in charge.
Yeah. I'm for it. As long as I'm the one in charge, though. Guess we both better make an army. I don't know. I think that could improve society, though, to actually to have a score some way. But the problem is you couldn't have the government run it.
Well, it's always a matter of, like, do you trust anyone to give you a score?
I don't.
Right? Like, it's always susceptible to just aggressive games where people will fuck your score over, even though you don't deserve it. Like,
yeah.
The same thing, like, so the closest thing we have in the U.S. is the credit score, right? And, like,
Is the what?
If you, like, part of the credit score, right?
But that's still economic based.
And part of the way, like, yeah, but, so the point is, the part of the way that works, I mean, that's what kind of lets hospitals fuck you over and, like, say, well, you didn't pay us even though we billed you an outrageous amount, an amount that you should not be billed for things that didn't happen. What happens if you don't pay it? Well, it's going to go on your credit score. And then you won't be able to get a house. You won't be able, like, they will look this up when you apply for a job.
Sure.
Yeah, but it won't stop you from, like, buying a plane tickets.
Yeah.
Buying a train ticket or prevent your
Yeah, I'm saying it's worse. That's the thing. I'm saying it's even bad in the U.S. with the credit score. There's plenty of bullshit going on with it.
Sure.
With ours, that isn't even nearly as intense as the pilot Chinese program.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Okay, if it's by a private company and just for that purpose, currently, like, the credit score system isn't functioning that bad. I mean, it has flaws.
It has lots of flaws.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right? If someone has kept defaulting loans, probably not a good idea to get him a loan.
Yeah, but there have been mistakes made where they didn't actually default. They just had the same name as a guy that did default.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, that would suck to get, like, a terrible score. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem when they latch the social credit score with a credit score with the social security number.
Mm-hmm.
Social security number, as they invented, is not intended to use like that.
Right.
Right? It's not 100% guaranteed to be a unique or can be changed whatsoever, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you think about the current system, we should easily come up with, I don't know, like 512-bit unique IDs.
Yeah.
Right.
It should just like, this was all invented at the time that your technology was not, like, basically signatures level. Like, we can, like, know it's you, like, from a DNA perspective. Like, that's you.
Technology has invented, I mean, mathematicians has done the work, like, since, 17th century. Just, people never thought about it.
No. Like, 512 bits, you couldn't do that without computers. Not because the math wasn't there, but because that's a lot of shit to store. And then to actually index. Right. You had to wait for computers to get around for that to be feasible.
Yeah, but then we didn't move faster.
No, still you sign things. That's the most retarded technology ever.
That's
like,
so true.
It's so easy to fake a signature.
Why is that a thing?
You learn to do it when you're a child. You fake your parents' signature.
Why is that a thing still? Like, who actually checks signatures to see if that's like, yeah, that's definitely his signature? Like, nobody.
It's more tradition than sense, honestly. I don't think this ever actually comes up.
I think they should just move away to contactless pay.
Yeah. I was thinking this the whole time when I became a notary. I was like, does this actually matter? But the difference is when you become a notary, you're like in a database and you get a stamp from the state that says, like, has all your information on it, right? So that actually...
Yeah, if it's notarized, it's actually like, that's a technology that would probably work. There's one guy that looked at your ID and was like, yep, that's him. He's agreeing to whatever he's putting his name on.
Like, it's so much more like, yeah, that's definitely him. Whereas a signature, like, I've had many times where somebody's like, hey, I need to go buy, like, I needed something, and I just gave them my card, and they went and did it, and just signed, squiggles on the credit card thing. Like, why is credit card needing that signature?
Yeah, that's all I do anymore is I just write a little line.
I've literally seen people make happy faces on that.
Line on there.
Like, literally just sign with a happy face.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna start making a dick and balls. I'm changing my signature to dick and balls. Doing it.
Yep.
They can tell.
But it's got to be a unique dick and balls just in case, Zach. So people will be like, well, that's not the dick and balls that he draws when somebody tries to forge your
I'll make sure there's some veins.
They'll get a dick and balls writing expert. But it has to go over the curvature of the balls.
I'll have to draw 1,000 dicks and you'll have to compare it to the one side. Like, yeah, that's definitely his dick.
Clearly, you can tell.
Seldom have the machine trained to recognize your dick and balls.
You can tell he draws the penis especially small because of his familiarity.
He always makes sure there's a good vein within the dick.
You see that? That's from enlarged prostate.
Oh my gosh. That would be so hilarious. You know what? There's probably been an actual case where this has happened. Somebody signed with something like that. And they had to defend the fact that they put a dick as the signature. I don't mark my X, I mark my dick. You know how I know signatures are bullshit?
How?
As a notary, you can still have people, if they can't, sign, they can still make an X. Like, if you can just make your mark.
Yeah, literate people have always been able to make an X.
Like, clearly signatures don't matter if you can just make a fucking X.
Take fingerprint.
Well, before the fingerprinting existed, they were always able to make an X. Like, that's what you just ask people.
Fingerprinting to exist. You just get some.
I know, a stamp or whatever.
No. Just put it on your thumb and
okay.
You press on it.
Yeah, I don't know, but X's have always been a thing. I guess before, I don't know how expensive ink was back in the day, but people used to just do X's when they were illiterate.
Yeah, but see, in Asian China, we have have the prisoners sign, right? If they are hand all cupped, so they just put their hand into a mud of ink and then just press it on the paper.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. Yeah. Now it's literally that is you that signed it. Actually, I'm shocked thumbprinting wasn't more popular as a way to sign things.
Would make more sense.
Yeah, then you could be that's definitely.
You can have an expert look at it.
Oh, I get what's going on here. You guys at your wedding had the little thumbprint tree. You're taking all our data.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm on to you guys. I figured out. I got it now.
Sign all sorts of shit.
We're on all kinds of Chinese documents now.
Oh yeah.
We actually use the identity to apply loans.
I get it. It's fucked up.
I'm gonna go get some more podcast juice. I'll be right back.
Getting what?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say he's getting tissues?
You guys find out another topic.
Did he say he's getting tissues or alcohol?
Podcast juice. Alcohol.
Oh, did you say podcast shoes?
Podcast juice.
Oh, juice. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yes.
I'm looking at the top
Maybe we
news.
should go to our news. You want to do that?
I'm looking at. That's what I want to do.
Oh,
I want to look at news. First, of course, 3 things are all Trump related. Here's a new Trump is racist thing. You know what I want to talk about? Outrage culture. Are you guys outraged? What are you outraged about today?
I'm outraged by the outrage at this point.
Have you heard
This is the only thing that outrages.
Yeah, right. Have you heard the new thing is a toxic masculinity thing?
Oh, yeah. So the Gillette or something?
Yeah,
this
Gillette
is
ad.
the Psychological Association.
So would explain.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I just saw the headlines and go, I don't care.
I was just thinking
It's kind of funny that they can make those kind of ads, but we can't have like a... Think if they made an ad that was toxic femininity. That would never fly.
I think you'd call them whiny bitches.
Exactly, that's my point, right?
What's
The whiny bitches ad.
I don't know. All I know is Gillette made an ad about toxic masculinity or something.
Gillette made an ad like, men need to do
Would you like to
better
watch it?
and be better. I never actually
Men are all
watched it.
rapists or something.
Let's watch it. Hold on. I'll pull it up.
See, this is the problem. It's working. See,
Oh
'cause
shit,
I'm
you're
Googling
right.
it
No,
right now.
let's not watch it.
Just to watch it.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. We can't give them views.
That's the point.
You got me.
Is whatever they're doing at work, they got people to willingly watch an ad.
Actually, you know what? It didn't work. I still won't buy Gillette.
Oh,
Do you buy Gillette razors?
I do. I have.
You're part of the problem.
Well, they didn't make the ad before I bought them. I have them now.
Yeah, but I refuse to buy Gillette because their markup is insane.
Oh
What's
yeah.
a good alternative, sir?
Yeah. What do
Harry's? It's like the same exact razor, but cheaper.
you buy? Harry's? Really? Where do you get them?
You can get them at like Target, man.
I will look at Harry's next time.
Yeah, I think we just bought from Costco. It comes
Yeah.
with a giant pack.
Like so.
You guys just buy whatever's
yeah,
at
it's just,
Costco.
basically, they hook you because they weren't that crazy. No, I bought them when I was in college, and they weren't insane. That's when they like started to get really popular.
I
was
know.
like, oh, okay,
they
yeah,
were
these are
always
nice, and they
pretty
were.
expensive.
Yeah, but they were the only one of the type at the time,
True, that's
and
true.
they weren't insanely expensive like they are now.
They didn't have much
It's one
competition.
of those things where they just slowly increase the price, and you don't notice.
Yeah.
If you have
That's
the
so
real
true.
Skill, you should use the old-fashioned barbershop razor.
I tried that. It's actually a lot more maintenance and stuff than you
Work.
expect. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember you trying that before.
Which is why nobody does it
Do you
anymore.
have to sharpen it every time before you use it?
Yeah, that's my point. You have
What?
to take it to a sandstone every now and then you have to put it onto a strop,
Jesus.
and like, you know, that little barber thing, the strop that they like slide it across while they're doing it.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
A little piece of leather.
That's a lot of work to get a fucking
Yeah.
shave, man.
And here's the thing, you also have to be really careful and slow when shaving, so it takes like 10 to 15 minutes instead of like the 3 to 5 minutes it takes with the normal safety razor.
Yeah. Guess what? They were inventions. The safety razors. They didn't like come up with them and go, oh, why do we need this? We already got our normal old razor. No, they got it because it fucking worked.
The other, I will give, like, if you actually do the straight razor, and like it just requires a skill. It does do a closer shave and looks a lot better. It's just it's so much of a skill that you have to hone. Like, I ain't got time. We don't got time for that shit. The shaving skill.
Yeah.
I heard it used to be a treat. Like you go to barbers and have someone do it for you.
Yeah. Our barber in our town, like, that was just always a thing, right? Like, I always remember him having that.
And you'd always do that. You'd do the back of your neck like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like
even because like I wasn't old enough to get shaved, right? But you'd do the back of your neck
yeah,
like that.
and
And I remember it was like fucking like scary the first time when you're old enough for him to do it. It's like, that's gonna go on my neck. It's a fucking razor, and I see him sharpening it beforehand.
Yeah, you get that Sweeney Todd feeling, like, what the fuck?
Exactly, you're like 10, 11 years old when he first does it to you. You're like, oh god, don't, I can't move at all.
It is a really close shave, though, right? Like, you can tell the difference between that shave.
It is.
And it's less irritating, because he only needs to take the blade across your neck, like, once, maybe twice. Like, sometimes with, like a Gillette razor, you'll, like, put it across your neck 3 or 4 times, and that's, like, 3 or 4 blades, too. So you're, like, cutting the shit out of your neck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like, 3 or 4.
Yeah. But in summary, fuck Gillette.
How'd we nuck from our news to barbershop? Oh, toxic masculinity, and then we started talking about barbershop.
Yeah.
Gillette.
That's
What else?
happened.
What's next in the news?
Wow. Here's retarded news. Google Maps will now display speed limits for its applications. Waze already does that. Most GPSs do that. Google Maps will display speed limits on its GPS apps.
I do not give a shit. That is a corporate advertisement.
Yeah, that's been such a thing that's already happened forever.
Innovation at Google. Took them decades to come up with it.
Yeah.
You know what would be much more interesting? Is they would have the data on how fast people actually drive down the road.
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's how they come up with the accurate estimate.
That's going to help police.
No, I don't want the estimate. I want the average of what they actually do.
But then police will be like, oh, these are all the places we got to monitor now.
The amount of ETA was estimated based on that.
Yeah. So they have that, yes.
Yeah.
But I want to see, here's how fast people actually drive down this road.
Yeah.
And you know what I want to see? I want to see a breakup on the demographics by who drives. How fast and how slow.
Oh, this is cool. I'm not going to lie. Scrolling through the news is like scrolling basically through I hate Trump stuff and ads. Even when they're not actually labeled as ads, the news story is still an ad. That's what it feels like.
I have basically stopped going to Reddit.
Yeah. It's not good.
If I'm really bored, I'll go to Reddit. Otherwise, I don't go. It's practically dead to me now.
If it wasn't for the magic forums, I would never go. That's literally all I use it for anymore. Now that I think about it, I don't go to R at all. It's
crazy. 5-10 years ago, I'd go there every day, never missing a day. I would hit Reddit.
You're right. Well, that's weird.
It's crap.
It has gone to shit.
Slowly but surely, it just goes crap.
But anyways, what got me thinking about the fact that there's ads and basically Trump stuff is Netflix is rebooting the TV series Unsolved Mysteries. You remember that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, that's actually a pretty sweet
I remember
show.
that from a decade ago.
Yeah, exactly. They're rebooting it, which is, I think that'd be pretty cool.
At the time it was on, I was too young to even really watch it.
Yeah.
But I just knew the references.
It was always we never watched the show, but you knew when they were making fun of that show type thing.
Yeah. It's in basketball, do you remember?
I do.
Scenario number 2. Coop is hanging by his fucking neck in a closet. The reenactor. He's in there.
That's so funny. It's so weird how things are so popular. Even if you don't watch it, you know the reference though. It's made fun of so much that it's popular.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Harry Potter shit I only know because of references.
Yeah.
Because I never watched the Harry Potter, but it's so popular, everyone will talk about it.
You know what a muggle is, even though you never read it.
Ooh, I don't know. Is that just a wizard or something? Oh, no, that's a person that can't do wizard stuff.
Yeah, you got it.
Is that right?
Yep.
Ha! Never even read the book. I watched the first movie and that's it. That is the entirety of my Harry Potter thing.
Sometimes I contemplate my life as in how did I know Kardashians?
Yeah.
I don't want to know them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what the problem is with having
just get in your face. They do it.
A podcast is what we're just saying is we're so cynical anymore. When we see all this shit, we're just yeah, more bullshit, more stuff we don't care about. Scrolling through this news feed, I already saw 2 things about the Gillette backlash on their ads. Half of it's Trump stuff.
Yeah. And this is how they get you to know about,
the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the way to, change this is going to, look for specific news topics within, certain areas rather than, national politics stuff.
Yeah,
right? More local
areas?
Localized news.
Where do you want to go to? World news? Yeah, there should be more localized news. I feel like the reason politics is so bad is you pay so much attention to the national stuff, they can do anything in the local.
Yeah.
No one will ever fucking know.
It's true.
Yeah.
For Purdue Farms recalls their chicken nuggets for possible wood contamination. How's wood? Wood should not be able to get into your chicken nuggets.
Maybe the chicken was half
How
wood.
does that even
you know,
happen?
like their father was a little board.
This is
a 2x4.
Sawdust?
Yeah, this is only a factory farming problem. That never happens in like normal, just like making chicken, right? Oh shit! All the sawdust got in my chicken again.
Yeah, if you were growing your own chickens at home and you went out and killed the chicken yourself, there's no way you'd be like, "Oops, I accidentally poured in this giant pile of sawdust and then ate it." No, that wouldn't happen.
That's such a like first world problem,
Right?
So stupid.
Like as if it's a goddamn spice you actually add to chicken. Like, and now the dash of sawdust, and we're good.
What does it say about I don't know, chicken nuggets that people didn't really notice until somebody, probably like the FDA came and looked and was like, you know, this is like half wood, right?
You know what's funny is there's probably the allowable amount
cheese that you get from the grocery store.
Yeah, there is probably an allowable amount. What were you saying, Chloe?
The shredded cheese in the grocery store. That thing contains more sawdust than actual cheese.
Probably.
Would not be surprised. And I still buy that shit because I'm an American.
That's how they put it in so that they're not clogging together.
Dude, this is hilarious.
Hashtag Make America Great Again.
Now this is the kind of news we need. Cashier calls police on woman for using too many coupons.
Wait, she calls the cops for using too many coupons.
The cashier calls the police because a customer is using too many coupons.
You know, if someone's in front of me in the line, I want to call the cops too, because, man, I got somewhere to be, man.
Yeah, like you worked in customer service before.
But the cashier, she's there either way.
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong with those coupons?
Nothing, it's just annoying.
It's just the annoyance
You
factor.
gotta wait if you're behind them in line, right? Coupons are just like the most annoying fucking idea. It's another thing that's more like...
No, that's the middle class's food stamp.
Yeah, it's like providing... Like, we could really sell it for you at this price, but we're gonna make you jump through a hoop to do it.
Yeah.
Because only poor people will do it, and we want to be able to sell at a higher price to the people that won't do it.
Yeah, you're right. Coupons are kind of
it's just
a weird thing.
You're looking at a product who's on not sale.
Yeah.
Coupons are
So, I mean, they could just give it to you at the price.
Yeah, exactly. Coupons shouldn't exist, and you should just sell it at whatever price you can sell it at.
Yeah, that's what the CEO of the JCPenney thinks, too.
Yeah, and then they lost a shitload of money. They tried to do, like, a rational thing, like, where it was no bullshit, sale, 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 and whatever. And then they lost money doing it. And then they fired the CEO.
Well, who was that?
Yeah. So, the JCPenney was trying to do that, right? They were trying to do, like, it was years ago. They were trying to do, like, the no pretend sales where we basically put the clothes over here for, like, 2 days and say it's at $500, and then we go, okay, now it's an 80% sale, and then put it at the price that we actually wanted it to be anyways, right? Yeah. So they just put them at the price they were supposed to do, all sorts of... Like, they just got rid of all the psychological manipulations that companies do. And they lost a ton of money, and they fired the CEO for doing it. And then Kohl's, on the other hand, their major competitor, went, like, whole hard into it. They do psychological manipulations, like, insanely well, and their stock, like, skyrocketed.
Isn't that
like,
crazy,
they did
though?
extremely well. Mostly taking customers from Kohl's,
It's kind of a good example, though, of taking advantage of the poor, because the most likely to fall for all these things are the people that aren't intelligent enough to know, like, that's not actually $500 to begin with. That was never going to be $500.
Yeah. Like, you put it $500 for, like, 2 days just so you could say, originally was $500 for, like, a half an hour. And then we marked it down 94%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is that?
So,
What a deal.
if you really want something, get the ones that are never going on sale.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what store it was, but there's this one in Mansfield. It's a popular store. I can't think of the name. It's like a Kohl's-esque store. But literally, you walk in, and every price tag has, like, a little, like, clearance tag, basically, with original price marked off and new price tag. But it's every single item in the store.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about TJ Maxx
It's sort of like...
or Marshall?
No, it's a like Kohl's place, but it's basically like, how can all your items be on clearance? That just means these are your prices.
Go into Kohl's. They do that too. Everything has... They have a digital display next to almost everything.
Yeah.
And then they have the original price, and then the price you're
Kohl's.
getting.
Maybe it was Kohl's I'm thinking of.
It's basically what it is.
That's their whole
They
model.
do that.
And they did that so that the people who couldn't do math would have a harder time calculating how much they actually worth
Yeah.
in their head.
You know what we could implement?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is difficult.
If you're putting on a sale price, you have to have advertised a normal price for over a year before you can advertise, like, sale price. Or 6 months, even 6 months.
Yeah.
Because you're right, they just do it long enough, like... Do they even do a day to say they advertise it for a day?
Yeah, that's what I don't know if there's any rule that they even have to actually have put it at the original price. Or can they just lie about it?
Yeah,
I assume they do it just for like a day or something.
I don't think they do.
Because they do have like ones that... No, most, like, if you go into clothing stores, they have the sections that are not on sale, and they're ridiculous prices that only complete morons would play.
That's probably why they do it, because there are probably some dum-dums that actually...
Like, $500 for a t-shirt, are you serious? No.
There probably are some...
Yeah, there are people that just
do
don't give a shit.
They're just like, I'm rich, whatever.
And there's not just dum-dums. There's people that are so wealthy, it doesn't matter. They will just buy it. It makes zero difference.
If they're super wealthy, they won't go to Kohl's.
Probably not.
They'll
You're
go
right.
to Saks Fifth Avenue. Go to
But Saks Fifth Avenue does the same thing.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Some brands never go on sale.
Okay.
Yeah, there are some brands where, like, that tarnishes their name if they do a sale. Right? Like,
Yeah,
we will
so
always be
there's another
$2,000 or
strategy
above.
for luxury goods.
Yeah.
Like for Chanel, or just take Chanel as an example. Every year, their purse go up in price, and every year their sales increases.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a status symbol. They would rather produce 500 bags and selling like 20 of them, rather than produce 500 bags, cut the price to
sell every single one.
and sell every single one. That's a different strategy, but
You know, here's what I don't know. Why do they call it, it's on sale, it's a sale, there's a sale? Bitch, they're all on sale. That's what you do. You sell things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go up to this one and they're like, sorry, that's not for sale. It's a store.
That's a good point. Why is
They're all on
why is
sale.
it called on sale? That makes no sense.
Yeah, they're all on
They're all
sale.
on sale. Like, yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. That's such a good
It's
point.
a store. You sell things.
English is fucking weird like that.
you're really weird if it doesn't sell.
Yeah. Should be reduced prices.
Or clearance. Isn't that what clearance means, right? Like, now we're reducing our prices.
But, see, but even that isn't real.
Yeah, no, of course.
Clearance
Clearance is just
like it means they're trying to get rid of the stuff.
Yeah.
But most of the time they don't actually mean to get rid of it. It's just basically, you know, it's on a sale.
It's another
reduce the price.
Mattress store.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
When are mattress stores not going out of business and having
The
a
mattress
sale?
store, right?
Like, you've had, like, 18 going out of business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
mattress
exactly.
sales. Like, how have you not gone out of business yet?
Yeah.
It never makes any sense, like,
I'm counting on you, sir.
like, how are the mattress stores surviving when I've seen the same mattress store go out of business, like, every day for the past year?
Yeah. So insane.
Also, how do mattress companies survive?
They are
Crazy
marked up
markup.
like insane. That's why there's so many mattress stores.
Hey, you wanna tell them how we got our last mattress?
Oh yeah. What do we? So we went to the mattress store and then just tried a bunch. And then we went online and then found like the exact same one at Amazon and just bought it at like half the price. Probably less than half the price.
You can buy mattresses
like a
on
third,
Amazon?
something like that.
$500 something.
Yeah, and they deliver it too and everything. And like, yeah,
What?
it's great.
It gets delivered right to you?
Yeah.
A whole mattress?
Yeah. And they installed it, right? They brought it
Holy
up.
shit.
And they also take out the old mattress.
Yeah, they removed our old mattress. All you have to do, go to a mattress store, right? Try out all the mattresses you want. Find out the brand. And then if you're not sure about the brand, if you can't find it on Amazon, find out, I think it's like the coil length, and it's like pillow top, not pillow top. Like, there are different parameters, but yeah. It's about the coils mostly. Like, they will have different springs, you know? Springs, that's the term, I guess.
Yeah, unless
to determine the firmness. That's like 80% of it, is what exactly are the springs made out of. Like, they're at a different rates to make it firm or less firm. That's all you're buying.
You're blowing my mind right now.
And then maybe they'll have a pillow top or not.
On Amazon. Yeah.
And never buy a mattress from an actual mattress store. They will totally rape you financially.
Yeah. They're always like $800. I'm like, how is a mattress $800? That makes no sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make you think like you're buying a luxury. No, you're buying an everyday item.
Yeah, they're simple things. They're not really that complex of items. It's not a fucking computer. You're not printing a CPU, man. It doesn't take a mold and billions of dollars of research. You put a bunch of wood and some cotton shit together, but they tell you like it is. It's like, oh man, this is space-age technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Astronauts are sleeping on this stuff. Like, bitch, it's cotton. It's cotton and some certain type of plastic that you've had for years.
That's hilarious. So when I type in queen mattress for Amazon, it's all like mattress toppers and stuff.
No, we definitely bought a mattress. No, you can buy a mattress on Amazon, I guarantee you.
We bought beauty rest.
And then, put in like, I don't know if they would call it spring or coil thickness.
They're like $200 as opposed to the $800.
Yeah, exactly. This is how Bezos is a billionaire.
That's exactly how it works, actually.
That blows my mind. I didn't know you could get a mattress off of this. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm waiting until I can buy a house off of Amazon.
It can't be that far away, right? Like, it's gonna be soon. It'll cut out all the realtor bullshit.
You know what? I want to buy off Amazon is direct third world labor. I don't know. Like, I want to pick out the kid to sew my shoes together.
I think.
Like, just show me the kid, and like, I want to give him some specs. Like, I want my shoes to be like this.
Done that.
Yeah, but no, there's an intermediary. I want to pick out the kid. That's my business idea. Thirdworlders.com.
Pick your own kid. It's kind of like...
Yeah, you go on, it's just people with their photos, and they'll make stuff for you.
It's like those old commercials, like, just for 50 cents a day...
Sew me together a soccer ball.
Kid to school. But just if you buy this, you can pick your kid that has to make this.
Yeah, I don't want 50 cents a day to send him to school. I want 5 cents an hour for him to sew me a soccer ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for just 5 cents... You could have old Charlie's make your soccer ball.
Yeah, exactly. Except I'm pretty sure his name isn't going to be Charlie.
Yeah, it's not going to be Charlie, that's for sure. It's kind of like the, but maybe they do Charlie because they want to, like, make it resonate with us. Like when Andy call you, like, yeah, hello, this is Bob. They're like, bitch, your name ain't Bob.
Your name's Silly Bob.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, you sound like
we all know you're fucking with us, and I won't be able to pronounce your name if you say it.
You know what you should do is be like, where are you from, Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm from America. Where in America?
Oh, Bob!
New York City, because that's the only one they know. Oh, yeah, how about those... What's the team there? The Giants.
No, what? That's San Francisco Giants.
No, that's baseball.
Yankees.
Isn't football the New York Giants?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the Yankees is baseball. How about them Yankees?
Actually,
Yes, I yank things. Like, they won't have any idea what you're talking about.
I didn't realize there are New York Giants and San Francisco Giants. I mean, two different sports, but
A lot of Giants.
it is a pretty dumb, simple name, right? We're big.
Yeah.
It is.
Alright, well, I'm about to
You
go
know
to
what?
bed.
Huh?
No sports team wants to call themselves the midgets or the minuscule
We're the small,
people.
tiny...
Kind of, we can get it done every now and then, team.
Itsy bitsy little.
Yeah. Don't go to bed, man. We need to fill another 10 minutes.
Okay, is that where we're at? I didn't look to see what we're at.
To make an hour.
Alright, we got this.
50 minutes.
Alright, if you had a football team, what would you name your football
What can we
team?
knock to from that? Ooh, that's a good question. See, this is the kind of shit we need. What would you name a football team?
Footballer.
You have to
Nah,
pick your
that's
city,
stupid.
right?
Aw.
You know,
What's
I
the
feel
city
like...
you're in?
Yeah.
Like, your city, what's the city?
Oh, Oh, no, I can't do that. Well, let me give you what I was gonna go with. So I feel like a lot of them are trying to be scary and mean, like they're really tough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'd go like the rapists.
Jesus.
You know, they're the San Diego
Don't
rapists.
say anything like this.
They're gonna come and rape you on game day.
What would the mascot be? Would it be like a
There you go.
creeper?
Your mascot.
Yeah.
Your representative is Harvey Weinstein.
That would literally be the best mascot. Literally like
You
a
can also
4-year-old
hire
with a
Kevin
Vito
Spacey.
mustache
Yeah.
and those like horn rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, here comes the San Diego creeper.
There you go. There's my team, the San Diego rapists.
I was thinking of like a more realistic names, like the Mansfield heroin addicts.
Like the.
Like, you have to actually be true to your town.
That's a pretty accurate description.
Oh, like actually. So it's like the Pittsburgh Steelers because they make steel there. But if you go to the wrong location,
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's a good one.
So I don't know. What's a place everyone wants to not be in, like actually live in?
Everyone what?
Tenderloin? No.
What'd you say?
Like, I feel like a lot of Ohio would be... So, like, our hometown, the Shelby, I don't really want to live here. Please, I'm trying to get out. You know?
The Shelby, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. Why am I in this town still?
How did I wind up here?
That's a go. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I feel like a lot of Ohioans would be like just the Ohio farmers. It would be super boring.
Yeah.
Like that would be the Ohio teams.
No, see, I feel like instead of doing, like, descriptions, you just really want to get scary. Like,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
oh, that's the Nazis. That's that team. The Nazis? The rapists?
The rapists versus the Nazis.
The convicts?
You know, the rapists versus the Nazis would be a good
Yeah.
match.
Which one's scarier?
Terrible, sir.
The serial killers.
You get fun. The bitches talking behind your back. That team.
The passive aggressives. I want the passive aggressives. The Pittsburgh
Yeah.
passive aggressives. It's all psychological warfare before the game.
According to South Park, damn 6 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to think of another good one.
I think the rapist is still my favorite.
So, good.
Oh, the dog fucker.
The dog fuckers. I don't know if they scare me so much as they just creep me out.
That's also a Shelby team.
Yeah, the Shelby dog fuckers.
I hope it's not fuckers.
Yeah, sure, there was just one. It would be a one-man team. But he would be a scary individual.
You know, I feel like they'd have less fans because, like, a lot of people will say they are the teams they follow. Like, I'm with the Steelers. No one's going to say I'm with the rapists.
Go rapists!
Go rapists, go! Go rapists, go!
Wow.
I just want to name them that for the cheer. I'm not sure how easy it would be for them to recruit cheerleaders. They definitely wouldn't drink the Gatorade they supply.
Would they do like ad camp? Like, you know how NFL does, like, oh, we support breast cancer and stuff. Would they be like, we support roofies? Go Bill Cosby.
Yeah. You know, the Philadelphia convicts would be advertising shovels and, like, nice trash bags.
We need, like, the California bums.
The California stoners.
They never make it to a game.
Bum? Yeah, you're right. Bums. The California homeless.
I feel like the California stoners would...
They actually are pretty scary.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you know what? Their mascot, they could just get a different guy off the street every time. He just goes out there and starts yelling random shit. It starts, like, attacking people. But this is their mascot. He's just this guy behind the corner.
Perpetually trading players.
Oh. Be the kind of person you found in the corner of the CVS store.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. It's hard to beat the rapers, though. Like, how are you going to be more scary than that?
The Nazis are pretty close. What's worse? What's
a
worse?
Nazi or a rapist? I feel like a
rapist
Nazi.
or a Nazi?
I feel like a Nazi only because they also raped people.
Yeah, but see, here's why I think people might kind of think rapist is, like, Nazi is abstract. Like, they hate Jewish people.
Rape is pretty, like...
And, like, it was a historical thing. They may have killed... It's like they killed a statistic, right? Statistically, they killed a lot. But a rapist rapes an individual person. They rape someone specific.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
So it feels more personal.
You got me. Well, if we're going to have rapists, we need murderers.
Okay, can we top Nazis and rapists?
We need murderers.
What's that?
Oh, I said we just need murderers.
Murderers? Well, I said the felons or something.
Well, you could...
Can we top it, though?
Oh.
This is the discourse. We need to go over the top.
We need our...
The New York City Inside Traders.
I like Chloe's, the New York City Inside Traders. That's a really good one for the,
We need our national necrophilians. Or necrophiliacs. I don't know why I did Ian's.
Yeah.
It just sounded better for a team name.
The what? Necrophiliacs or necrophiles?
What would you put the plural? Necrophiles?
I don't know. You know, it's not a word you pluralize a lot. Because how often does it come up? I mean, there are a lot of necrophiliacs, necrophiles out there. There's, like, at most one guy
There's at least like 10, dog. There's at least 10.
Yeah, see, that's what makes necrophilia so bad.
Yeah.
It combines the worst. So, if the guy, makes the body that he fucks, he's both a murderer and a rapist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Okay, so here's the team name.
Wait, we assume the corpus is not consensual?
I got the team name. I'm picking Cincinnati just because it's a funny name to go with it. But we're going to do the Cincinnati rape you, then kill you, then rape you again.
Okay, I got one. Tell me if this one's worse. The Cleveland Child Nappers.
Oh,
they're going to kidnap your children, and
yeah,
what they do with them, I don't know.
Because that's essentially rape on the child, right? That's way worse.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you gotta guess, but probably.
I like how it leaves it open for interpretation.
All right, then.
I guess we're starting our NFL draft.
This is a nice over-the-top discourse.
Yeah. We really went off the deep end at the end there.
You know what would be really fun? When I think, they go to sign players, they're like, you know what? We really feel like you're Vikings material. Then, we really feel like you're rapist material.
It's kind of funny.
Well,
it's funny
it's a long, honorable tradition.
Well, I say it's funny we went over these names because Harry had this game, and it's called the Mutant Football League.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like football but you have mutants and stuff.
Yeah, that's a Sega game, right?
Well, it's a new one.
Hmm?
They came out with a brand new one.
Oh, okay. They made a new one?
Yeah.
Okay, weird.
It's like Madden, but with mutants. So you're killing each other as you're playing the game.
Yeah.
But the names of the teams are hilarious. It's like the Philadelphia Eagles. We just took it a whole step further.
Ours are better. Yeah. Ours are way better.
Program that game, dog.
Hmm? Yeah, no problem. I'll put the rapists in there, no problem. I'm surprised, yeah, but online, you can't find video games that are that fucking, fucked up. Where's the, I would have thought by now somebody would have made a video game of you going and shooting, the Congress people that the video game developer didn't like, whether it's Democrats or Republicans. If the guy that made the video game's a Democrat, then you go shoot Republicans or something.
The problem is it just takes effort.
Isn't it shocking those games don't exist?
Effort. That's why. It takes too much effort.
Yeah, I know, but don't you think people would download that and play it and maybe
Yeah.
If people will play it, there will be money in it.
But somebody has to first want to get the publicity for something so negative.
That's true. Now that might be after you get a job programming that, or made it and people bought it and whatever, played it. You can't go back to normal industry. Yeah. So where did you work before this? I made a rapist game.
Did you?
Yeah. We're looking at other candidates.
Oh, Leisure Shoot Raper?
There are some. I was gonna say there are some Japanese games that you play as a stalker.
The Stalker.
Hey, there was Custer's Revenge.
Oh, there's another team name, the Stalkers.
That's true. Custer's Revenge was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's one in 50 years.
Yeah, how have they not made a game like that? Maybe they are existent, but it's a whole sub-genre, a whole cloth that we don't get into, so we don't know about them.
That we don't look for.
Alright, looks like we got a Google rape game.
Or maybe they all suck.
That's probably true, too. Whoever's putting...
No, I'm going to let you Google that one, Zach.
You got this.
Google rape game.
Google rape.
Yeah, take it for the team, man.
I feel like, and so like
it sounds like you're
some video games they get like
game.
A little bit. They have like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, right? And then they have like Pirates of the Caribbean, whatever. I feel like you could get an endorsement and a celebrity, and you could be like Bill Cosby's Rape Game.
Actually, that would be kind of a hilarious game.
Right?
Like the difficulty is like how hard it is to roofie. Yeah. Like it's a whole scenario.
Yeah. It's mostly choosing the dialogue to get her to take the
it's
drink.
Like an RPG?
Then yeah, you have a little mixing drink. Mini games. Yeah. You got stats for like slipping the roofie and
Terrible.
We are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
There goes all my future jobs. Glad we have this podcast.
I really wonder if anyone ever catches like if anyone ever looks at this podcast when they're trying to hire me, like it's an instant no, right?
Oh yeah. If they actually listen to like the
Well, it depends on what kind of industry
you're
in.
You know how we get them, Nick?
Any random 5 minutes almost, it will disqualify me, don't you think?
Here's the thing. We usually start off so light and build into the crazy, so if they have to listen to the end, right? Like, you can't just...
Yeah, but you put in description what we're doing. You put in the description they talk about having sex with dead people again, and then people will go like, I think no on this candidate.
I actually try to avoid being that explicit in descriptions for that reason, so you can't just search. Like, if we talk about poop or something, yeah. But I'm not going to label this episode the Cincinnati Rapers and the Philadelphia Convicts or something. You got to put some effort in to know that we're terrible people.
Oh, but it's such a good name, Zach.
Alright, I think we have officially done a good discourse episode now, and I'm going to bed. We mentioned necrophilia.
Alright.
We got dog fucking in. We're good.
Yeah, we did. We knocked about a lot. Rapists, Nazis, all of it.
Alright. You guys have a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Later.
Alright.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, man.